start recording now. And I wanted to kick it over to Manny real briefly, just to give us a quick introduction, and then we'll go into the breakout rooms.
Have a slide. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our East Side Education Foundation presentation, A College in My Future. We want to welcome you this evening. We want to share with you some opportunities for the students that are within the East Side Alliance. And I want to share with you our mission, if I can have the next slide, and share a little bit about the East Side Education Foundation. We are formed to support the success of students within the East Side Alliance. I serve as the vice president of the board of the East Side Alliance, and I'm also associated with the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, and I'm a retired superintendent from the Oak Grove School District. And these are the districts that are within, that consist of the East Side Alliance, the East Side Union High School District, and the 7 feeder districts, Alum Rock, Berryessa, Evergreen, Franklin McKinley, Mount Pleasant, Oak Grove, and Orchard. And together they form the East Side Alliance, serving approximately 80,000 students. At this point, I would like to introduce to you the president of the board of the East Side Education Foundation and the former superintendent of the East Side Union High School District. Please join me in welcoming Dan Moser. Dan?
Actually, Manny, real quick, I think we'll have folks go to the breakout rooms before Dan.
Oh, you want to do that
starts.
now? Okay.
Yeah, if that'd be okay. So
Sure.
Daisy and Dune, could you invite folks to the respective breakout rooms?
Yes, ahorita vamos a ir nosotros al cuarto de español, so allá los miro y allá vamos a hacer la presentación. Gracias.
Excellent.
Xin mời quý vị nói tiếng Việt vào phòng dành riêng cho những người nói tiếng Việt. Xin cảm ơn.
Excellent, thank you. If you need a language assistance, just head to one of the breakout rooms.
Yeah. All right.
And Dung, if I see anyone go into the Vietnamese room, I will move you over there. So you can, and then I'll move Dan as well to help with the presentation. Okay, sorry. So Manny, if you want to.
All right,
hand it up to Dan. Sorry about
now
that.
I'd like to introduce Dan Moser. He's the president of the board of the East Side Education Foundation and former superintendent of the East Side Union High School District. Dan?
Great. Thank you, Manny. And thank you, Peter, for assisting with getting people into the correct breakout rooms. So I want to wish everyone a good evening and welcome to our parents and students. I'm Dan Moser, board president of the East Side Education Foundation, and we're honored that you've chosen to learn about us and the opportunities available for your child. The focus tonight is on how parents of elementary students can start a savings account for college and how students ready to graduate from high school can apply for a $1,500 scholarship that will help them meet some of their college expenses. Our partners from San Jose State University, the Spartan East Side Promise program, and the Excite Credit Union will provide details in a minute or two. I want to focus on the why we at the East Side Education Foundation are bringing these opportunities to you. Let me disclose first that the foundation is led by non-paid volunteers from the community, other than a part-time accountant, part-time media specialist, and a part-time fundraiser. No one else is paid. As Manny said, he and I are retired educators who have worked decades in one or more districts located here in the east side of San Jose. During our time in East Side, we have seen many talented youngsters ready for college, but unable to attend because of finances. We are very aware of the financial challenges facing our community and our students, and we're committed to changing that. At the same time, Silicon Valley is poised to take the next step in the creation of new jobs for those who are ready. Okay, I want to show that next slide. We want, your children to be ready for the next generation of jobs by going to college. Jobs of the future demand skills in problem solving, skills in communication, skills that are technical in all fields, whether they be medical, engineering, business, legal, transportation, and so forth. With that being said, I once heard a speech in which the speaker defined lucky as being ready for opportunity. Parents, I ask that you create opportunity for your child by encouraging them to attend college. But it also takes effort on the part of your child. Your child must get good grades and take challenging courses. For a senior ready to go to college, a wonderful option is San Jose State University through the Spartan East Side Promise program. And if you need financial assistance, it's there. We believe every child should have access to great opportunities that our community provides. But he or she needs to be ready by preparing for college now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. When Dan says we have decades in education, it means we're just old. But we're very passionate about the work that we're doing. And when he says, you know, being lucky is having opportunities, well, for the students who are attending the districts within the East Side Alliance, you are going to be lucky. And there are going to be 3 opportunities this evening to see exactly how that's going to manifest itself. Dan mentioned San Jose State University. We're very fortunate. We are right here in the community, one of the finest universities in the country, recently named the #1 most transformative university in the country. And because you're attending the Eastside Union High School District, and of course the districts that feed into that high school district, the students will be eligible to participate in the Spartan East Side Promise. And to provide information to you on this, I would like to introduce to you Amanda Aldama from San Jose State University, Lori Martison, counselor from the Eastside Union High School District, and Bin Liu, also a counselor from the Eastside Union High School District. And they're going to share information to you about the Spartan Eastside Promise and the upcoming summer program. Amanda, turn it over to you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. As mentioned, my name is Amanda Aldama, and I am the Spartan East Side Promise Program Lead at San Jose State University. I'll go ahead and pass it off.
And I'm Bin Liu. I am the head counselor at Oak Grove High School, and I'm also one of the coordinators for the Eastside Union High School District Spartan Summer Program.
Hi, I'm Lori Martinson. I'm the head counselor at Santa Teresa High School, the subject area coordinator for counseling for the Eastside Union High School District, and I'm also one of the coordinators of the summer program.
All right, so as we move on to the next slide, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves already. I'll add just a little bit more in that I am also an alum of San Jose State University. So I've been at SJSU for, the presentation disappeared, Peter. There we go. Okay, I've been at SJSU for going on 11 years now. It's been 10 years so far. First as a student, and then of course as a staff member, and I'm going to graduate from the Eastside Union High School District as well. So definitely any questions that you do have regarding, what that experience is like being a local student going to San Jose State or being a first generation student, please feel free to reach out and ask those questions. For our portion of this presentation, I'm going to talk about who we are, what we offer, how to become a Spartan, as well as pass it off to Lori and Ben to talk more about our partnership with the Eastside Union High School District for our Spartan Summer Program. So move on to the next slide. All right, so starting off with San Jose State is in the California State University System, the CSU, the nation's largest four-year public university system. We are incredibly proud of our student body, that we educate the most ethnically, economically, academically diverse student body in the nation. But what I really love about the CSU system is we are incredibly hands-on. So it's not just learning about the theory, but it's about how to put that theory into practice, how to be able to do this through a project, a presentation. For San Jose State specifically, almost all of our majors require students to have an internship before they graduate. That way they are building their skills, their work experience, and their resume before they have that diploma in hand. Next slide, please. Going into San Jose State's rankings and why to come to San Jose State, we were recently ranked the #1 most transformative university in the nation. I can personally speak to how San Jose State has transformed my life. As I mentioned earlier, I was a first-generation student, so the first in my family to go to college, let alone graduate from high school. So that entire experience was completely new. I had no idea where to begin. There was even moments where I felt very lost and confused and just, do I even belong here? Going to San Jose State opened so many doors for me. It opened so many opportunities that led to the job that I'm in this evening, to be able to speak with you all, as well as opportunities to travel, broaden my horizons, and really find what I'm passionate about. So hopefully when your student does come to San Jose State, they get a very similar experience as well. We're recently ranked the #7 among the top public universities on the West Coast that offer bachelor's and master's degrees, as well as #8 as one of the most innovative colleges, which I personally have seen, especially during this pandemic, and where classes have not only shifted to Zoom or other mediums, but the programming has shifted as well, with professors reaching out to students, seeing how students are doing, seeing what resources and support services can be utilized, especially being here in the Silicon Valley, to really support our students and the campus community. Lastly, we're ranked one of the nation's best value colleges by Forbes magazine. Forbes also stated that the CSU overall, students that graduated from the CSU had half the students graduated from the CSU had no debt, debt-free. I was one of those students. And those that had debt, it was half the national average. So it is an incredibly affordable system. It is incredibly supportive and definitely trying to break down some of those barriers that tend to arise when pursuing higher education. Moving on to the next slide, I want to talk a little bit more about what our campus is like. So we have over 33,000 students on campus, so quite a large population. But that being said, again, we pride ourselves on that hands-on learning experience. So our classroom sizes average about 34 students to 1 professor. In my entire time at San Jose State, I only had 1 class that was that big, large lecture style like the movies. Everyone's experience is a little bit different, but our average is very similar to the high school's classes. And as you start to move up to junior, senior year, those classes can get even smaller. We have a good percentage of students that are first generation, over a quarter, as well as several students that are involved in research opportunities, as well as, again, getting connected to those job opportunities, getting ready for the current and future workforce demands. Moving on to the next slide. Student life. There's so much to do at San Jose State. Of course, academics is a priority. You're here to get your degree, but there's so much to get involved with, and those outside of classroom, those extracurricular, or rather what we call co-curricular activities, can make such a difference in that next step in a student's career. With San Jose State, we have over 450 student clubs, fraternities and sororities, professional networks, and leadership opportunities such as fellowships, study abroad, faculty-led programs, and other pre-matriculation programs where students can get involved even before they start at San Jose State, like the summer before. So a lot of ways to get connected, as well as have virtual tours of the campus, be able to engage with our student ambassadors and hear directly, learn directly what those opportunities are. If any of your students are interested in athletics, so if we go ahead and click through, we are a Division I school, which is the highest you can get in college level sports. We have sent several Spartans off to the Olympics, with over 20 of them placing in various medals. As we are Division I, students do have to be recruited. So that being said, if your student is interested in playing for one of our official teams, I highly recommend reaching out to the coaches as of now. So they can be interested, send them video, whatever that communication is. If there's even walk-on tryouts, some of our teams do have that as well. So definitely getting connected through those links that are listed there. Next slide. Continuing on with student life, there are so many ways to engage. There are some examples of how our students have adapted, been resilient, and of course, safe throughout this pandemic to still be involved, still engage in their classes. We did have some classes that were still in person as well. Many did shift over to Zoom, but utilizing the best out of our technology to make sure students still had the absolute best experience possible during this time. As we move right along, as I mentioned, safety is a top priority for our Spartans. And if you are interested in how San Jose State has been combating the COVID-19 pandemic in ways that we've been supporting students and our Spartan community, go ahead and visit sjsu.edu/health advisories to see all the latest information on what our next steps are for repopulation. Moving on to the next slide. There are tons of support services for our students, whether it's academic advising or our multiple cultural centers that we have, our new student and family programs, because college really can be a family experience, especially for our students that are local. I know it was for me at the time. I was living at home when I was doing my undergrad, and even though I was the one doing the classes, taking the exams and all of that, my family was right there with me, having to go through that experience at support groups. So definitely want to make sure that you and your student are supported throughout this process. So tons of resources. This is just a glimpse of the support that we have for our students. Next slide. Now, when students are coming to San Jose State University, there are a variety of majors they could choose from. When a student is applying to the university, they do have to choose a major. So we do have over 134 bachelor's degrees and master's degrees with 110 concentrations. Some of our popular ones are listed here. Advertising, animation, and illustration, we're actually ranked 8th in the state of California. Business, we're ranked 8th in the nation. Engineering, we're ranked 3rd in the nation. We have public health, public relations, television, radio, film, computer science, and again, so much more. This is just a glimpse. Near the end of our section of the presentation, you'll have an opportunity to access our virtual steps to admission, which fully goes over all of our programs. Next slide. Some of our top hiring employers are as follows: Apple, Amazon, Adobe, and so much more here. We are a top supplier of business, computer science, education, and engineering graduates to the Silicon Valley. But again, there is so much more that we have to offer. We have so many opportunities. Our Career Center is incredibly innovative and making sure that students have the connections to be able to reach out, be able to participate in job fairs every semester, be able to get assistance with resume building, and so much more, so that way they can be ready for that next step when they do graduate. Moving on to the next slide here, we do want to talk about maybe, of course, we want you to come to San Jose State, want your students to come to San Jose State, but if not, I highly recommend looking into the CSU. Between San Jose State and our 23 sister campuses, there are over 4,100 majors to choose from, so a lot of variety there. While calstate.edu/apply is the website that students will use their senior year to actually fill out the application for San Jose State and any of the CSUs, it is also a website students can use for college planning to compare the campuses and see which are in a big city, a small town, and so forth, and tour those campuses. Moving right along, we do want to cover what this timeline will look like, especially for students that are current juniors that are going to apply for fall 2023 admission. So as we click through here, our applications are a year in advance. So students apply for admission their senior year of college in October. Moving right along, you can be able to see that that's the same time they apply for financial aid, whether that is the FAFSA or the California Dream Act, which all the schools do host Cash for College nights or financial aid nights. So definitely take advantage of those to learn more information. More of the timeline is going to be listed in our virtual steps to admission brochure. So I do want to move along to the next slide for you to be able to learn more about our admission requirements and what is required for a student to come to San Jose State. First off, students must complete their A through G courses with a grade of C- or better. They must meet or exceed the CSU Minimum Eligibility Index, which I'll discuss in a moment, as well as the Impaction process, which will soon be discussed. I do want to note here that the CSU has temporarily suspended the requirement for students to take the SAT or the ACT exam. It was suspended for our fall 2021 class. It is again being suspended for students applying for fall 2022 admission. No official word has been made yet for fall 2023 and beyond, but do keep an eye out as we do expect an announcement from the Chancellor's office soon about that information. Moving right along, starting with our A through G classes. These are the history, English, math, social science, language other than English, and so forth, all pass with a grade of C- or better. Now, while students are taking these courses from 9th grade all the way to when they graduate, so that graduation date on their diploma, it is their 10th and 11th grade A through G coursework that we use to calculate their GPA. This is as again, the application process is a year in advance, so students don't have senior year grades yet. So we only use the 10th and 11th grade A through G grades to determine their GPA for admission eligibility. This information that follows is as stands at this moment in time in regards to students that applied for fall 2021 and will be applying for fall 2022. I highly recommend if you have a student applying for a later term, such as if they're, a freshman, sophomore, even in middle or elementary school, save that website below, sjsu.edu/admission/impaction, as this is constantly updated with any changes that happen throughout the years. First off, the GPA minimums to be eligible to apply for fall 2021 for California residents were 2.5 and non-residents had to have a 3.0 GPA or higher to be eligible to apply. Meeting the CSU minimum does not guarantee admission, as San Jose State is a fully impacted campus, which means that every major has a different minimum GPA. As we move along to the next slide, we'll dive a little bit deeper into this, in that our impaction criteria means every major does have a different GPA, as we are a fairly competitive university. Now, across the CSU, our campus is very in impaction. So some are fully impacted, like San Jose State, where every major has a different requirement. Some, only a few majors are impacted, where a 2.5, that was fine, that was enough for admission. Others are not impacted at all. So again, I highly recommend visiting that calstate.edu/apply website to explore the campuses, as well as our admission impaction website listed below to see what the GPAs have been historically for students. Now, you'll also find on that page the formula that we use to determine a student's, what's called their eligibility index score, because the eligibility index score includes a GPA, but there are several other factors that can be added and provide points, if you will, to determine a student's admission eligibility. More information on that, as it is a lengthy process, can be found at that website. Moving right along to the next slide, I do want to highlight that some of this included students who were first generation, either were California veterans or active duty, or were eligible for a fee waiver. So those that typically are free or reduced lunch do receive some extra consideration in this. So again, more information on that formula on how we determine that is listed on the website, as well as our local applicants. So we do not have a local guarantee, but we do have local preference in that students that are graduating from Santa Clara County do receive a GPA boost when we evaluate their application. So this is another way that we do support our local community. And again, more information can be found on that Impaction website. As we move right along here, I do want to cover some more information on Impaction. So as we click through, Impaction, first off, does not mean impossible. As there are many majors that do have different requirements, as we click on once more, you can be able to see that it varies. A lot of majors are in that 2000 range, which when you see that formula, does come out to that 2.5 minimum. So I highly recommend doing that research, exploring through and seeing what that looks like. As I move right along to the next slide, I do want to cover where the Spartan East Side Promise comes into play here. So let's say you are a student who has met all your A through G classes with a grade of C- or better. You've met all the deadlines, but you don't have that 4,000 or 3,800 or whatever that is for computer science or animation illustration. I know I didn't have that, but you have a 2.75 GPA or higher. Again, this is for that fall 2021, fall 2022 cohort. If a student has all A through Gs passed with a C- or better by their high school graduation date, they meet all other deadlines, all other admission requirements, and have a 2.75 or higher, but do not meet the eligibility index score for their major, the Spartan East Side Promise comes into play, where rather than the student not being admitted at all, having their application withdrawn, denied, they're admitted to undeclared, that third layer, that safety net, if you will, where they can still work on their general education, still get connected to the campus, the advisors, and be working towards a major because they have full access to the degree roadmaps for all of our programs to be able to plan their educational journey. So we do have many support services if we click on through the next slide, such as peer mentors, pre-admissions counseling, workshops, and events. More information on our services can be found at sjsu.edu/ www.spartan East Side Promise. But one of the main things we want to talk about is our summer program. That is one of the biggest tools we have in the transition to assist our students. So as we move right along here, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Lori and Ben.
Hi, I am Ben Liu, and Lori Martinson and I are the program coordinators for the Eastside Spartan Summer Promise program. This is our 5th year running the program, and we have partnered with Amanda Aldama and Eric Macias from San Jose State to deliver a program that is designed to equip our students with the skills, the resources, and the information that they need so they can graduate from San Jose State within 4 years. Go ahead, next slide. So the Eastside Union Spartan Summer Program, it's designed for students who are seniors right now and who have been accepted into San Jose State, and they will be starting San Jose State this fall, 2021. The program runs from June 14th to June 25th. It is 2 hours a day from 1 to 3 p.m. These are live sessions, and we're gonna run via Zoom. And the benefits of attending this program includes assistance with academic planning. We think is really important for students to understand what general ed classes they need to take, as well as the academic requirement classes they need to take in their major. So this way students can go ahead and plan and develop a 4-year plan to graduate within a timely manner to earn their bachelor's degree. We do offer peer support networks, so students will be able to connect with other peers as well as advisors and on campus before heading over to San Jose State. And we will support students in transition to college by connecting them with important resources at San Jose State, such as financial aid, college advising, counseling, et cetera, et cetera. And so the date again is June 14th to the June 25th. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat box. And if you are a senior right now, or if you have a child who's a senior, I really recommend that you click on the link and register for this great summer program opportunity. Next slide.
Hello, thank you again for being here. We're so excited to have you here. Again, if you didn't catch on to this as right away, this is a free program for Eastside Union High School District students only. So if you go to one of our high schools in the East Side and you are going to be attending San Jose State, when you graduate, you get to be part of this amazing program. So as Ben mentioned, this program this year is going to be virtual again. And we are hoping that next year we'll be back on campuses and things like that. But this year it's going to be virtual. You can see the program outlined here. I'll go over it a little bit. It is day 1 is kind of our welcome to the Spartan community. Day 2 is the growth pledge. Day 3, we have some academic preparation. Day 4, some academic planning. Again, during this whole program, we are designed to give that kind of soft touch for your students to welcome them to San Jose State, encourage them and help them meet advisors and different programs at San Jose State so that they can get involved and they know what to do once they come to San Jose State, right? So that's the whole point of this program, and also to help them figure out what classes they need to take for their major. So again, we have academic preparation. We have day 5, June 18th, getting involved. Day 6 is academic planning 2, and day 7 is academic planning 3. Again, going over that schedule. Our goal is to make sure that the students have their schedule ready, sitting in their carts for orientation when they get to register for classes. Day 8 is Colleges of Family Experience, where we are encouraging families to attend. Day 9 is getting ready for Sparta Camp. Again, Sparta Camp is that orientation. And our last day is our Sparta plan, or your Sparta plan. So again, these are all of the kind of in a nutshell what the program entails for your students. Go to the next slide. This is a video that gives you a little bit more from students and counselors across the district who are across East Side, Union High School District who are part of this summer program as well, just so that you have familiar faces of who's going to be involved with the program. So go ahead and start the video.
Hi everyone, I'm Mylan Pham. I am the head counselor at Independence High School.
Hi, I am Bin Liu, head counselor at Oak Grove High School. I'm also one of the program leads for the East Side Summer Promise program.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Kruger and I'm a counselor at Oak Grove High School.
Hello everyone, I'm Lori Martinson. I am the head counselor at Santa Teresa High School and one of the program leads for the summer program.
Hi everyone, my name is Thompson Lee and I'm a school counselor at Independence High School.
Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Gonzalez. I am one of the school counselors here at Mount Pleasant High School.
Hi, my name is Ms. Fernandez. I'm one of the counselors at Independence High School.
Hello Spartans, my name is Eric Macias Chavez. I'm the transition coordinator for the Spartan East Side Promise program.
Hello Spartans, my name is Amanda Aldama. I am the Spartan East Side Promise program lead at San Jose State University.
The Eastside Union High School District's Spartan Summer Program is designed to support you and your family in the transition from high school to college.
This program will run completely online and will run for 10 days, Monday through Friday for 2 hours each day from June 14th to June 25th.
And students will have the opportunity to meet with other new students from the Eastside Union High School District, as well as connect with multiple San Jose State departments. You get to know other new Spartans.
What's going to happen during this program is each day there is a different theme focusing on your academics, your professional and personal development.
With topics including academic planning, choosing your courses, getting involved on campus, and much more.
You get to learn how to navigate San Jose State, from meeting with advisors to know exactly what you need to take to graduate with your degree, and how to pick your classes. These are huge things that are hard for students to learn how to do. So this is one huge advantage. Plus, you get to connect with students, mentors, and adults that you can count on throughout your time at San Jose State.
There will be a lot of new information for you to handle and for you to make decisions on. And so, it'd be best to think with others and just have that opportunity to ask questions, reflect, and be sure of your answers.
So it's going to help walk you through what first year of freshman college life is like. And then hopefully that's going to help set you up to have a successful college career and beyond.
I choose to be involved in this program because as a school counselor, I want my students to leave high school prepared and more confident about starting college. Transitioning to a four-year college is hard, especially during these hard times.
The reason I'm joining this program is because I want to help you reduce some of that anxiety and nerves, and to also help build the great Spartan community that we have at San Jose State.
The reason I chose to be involved with the Spartan East Side Promise is it's a program that's near and dear to my heart. I am a graduate of not just San Jose State University, but also the Eastside Union High School District. And having that transition from high school to college, I personally know can be difficult. But with the guidance and support that I received at San Jose State, I want to be able to help facilitate that for you as well. So this amazing team that we have here throughout the summer is ready and willing and excited to assist you with this process of going from high school to college, and not just assist you, but assist your families as well.
Make sure to connect with us so we can support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Again, we have, Here, go ahead, Amanda.
So we do have our, there we go. So we do have our steps to admission brochure here. So if you have your phones out, go ahead and open up the camera app on there and hover it over your screen to be, or hover it over that QR code to be able to access our steps to admission brochure. This is a step-by-step guide of everything that we talked about today in even further detail. It's interactive, it's hyperlinked. There's videos that explain how to get involved on campus, what is financial aid and how students can be able to utilize that, and so much more. So definitely utilize that QR code to have that direct access, or take a picture and go to that link later on to be able to access that interactive brochure. I also want to be able to share my contact information on the next slide as well. So if you do have any questions about this process, about the program, about just what college life is like. I know we do have a question here in the chat about what is recommended to transfer straight from a community college to a CSU, or going straight to that UC. And I'd say there isn't one right pathway, right? I think students will either go each pathway, but it's what's going to be that best fit, doing the research, getting involved. I think we have an event every year called Preview Day for seniors, where they actually get that opportunity to see what college life is like. When pre-pandemic, we did have students be able to actually sit in on a college class and see what that experience was like, and see if they were ready for that, see if that major was even a good fit. There's so many different programs, so many different pathways. Even if students are transferring, we have different agreements with community colleges as well to help students when they do transfer over. So again, there isn't one right pathway. It's whatever is going to be that best fit. For some students, it is a financial situation as well. So I highly recommend, if you do have any questions, reach out, get involved, and we're here to support.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amanda, Lori, and Ben. A lot of that information, some of you may be thinking like, wow, that's great for seniors who are graduating and incoming seniors for next year. And yes, so for those of you in high school, there was a lot there for you to look forward to, but we also want other students to know, parents and your kids, college really begins in middle school. So you can start thinking about and understanding what course requirements you're going to want to take. The course like the A to G requirements when you enter high school, and it really begins in middle school. The next presentation we have is really going to apply to everyone within the East Side Alliance. It's a fabulous program. It's very unique to the East Side Alliance, and it is sponsored by one of our best partners, Excite Credit Union. I would like to introduce to you John Hogan from Excite Credit Union, and translating in Spanish in the breakout room is Daisy Castro, so I want to acknowledge her as well. So John, take it away.
Great, thank you very much, Manny. It's wonderful to be here. Thanks to the San Jose State team. My wife is a Spartan. Great job, great college. So I manage community relations at Excite Credit Union, and we believe that every child should have a college savings account. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And the data really supports that. On this next slide, you'll see that studies have been done that show that low-income children, even with just $500 in a college savings account, will attend college, or 3 times more likely to attend college and 4 times more likely to complete than children without a college savings account. And we know that just the $500 isn't going to be the reason that they attend and complete, but it's really about the mindset that forms when parents and children are working together and talking about savings for college and the opportunities that college presents. So it's very important to start building savings. The program we're going to talk about tonight is called the Step Up Savings Account. And it's actually a program from the credit union, and it's not open to everybody, to the general public. It's only open to certain partners. And one of those major partners is all the East Side Alliance families and children. So everybody who lives in the East Side Alliance footprint is eligible for this Step Up Savings. And this is a savings program. Of course, it's free. It's free and more, so I'll tell you about the more, but it's available to ages 0 to 17. And to open the account, the credit union will actually put $50 in. You don't have to put anything in to open the account. And in each year, if the child or family saves $25, the credit union will match that every year. And you can save more, but we'll match up to $25 each year. And then we'll pay a $25 bonus on the 5th, 10th, 15th, and 18th birthday. And while all that's happening, we'll pay 5% annual interest rate on the account for balances up to $2,500. So it's really generous account designed to promote savings. It's a savings only account, though. We want to let you know that this is not an account that you take withdrawals from. We have, if you need another account to save up for a bike, I think that's a great idea too. And we have a different account for that. This one is just to save and build that good savings habit. And in all of the money that's in there, the family deposits and the deposits that the credit union puts in become available to the child at the age of 18. There are multiple ways to open the account. You can come into our either of our branches. We have one on Kirtner near the Plant Shopping Center and one at Blossom Hill in Santa Teresa. You can always call our 800 number and open the account over the phone. And if you can open the account completely online as well through our website. It's a very accessible and inclusive account. So the account's in the child's name. The child does need a social security number in order for us to be able to pay those dividends and interest. The parent or other responsible adult, the parent doesn't have to be on the account, but we do need an adult on the account. That person does not need to provide a social security number, and the child will become a member of the credit union. Let's go to the next slide. And I do want to point out, we have a flyer if folks are interested in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. And in the next slide, we kind of show how this builds up, because when we talk about, savings for, 5 or 10 or 18 years and $25 a year, it might not sound like much. But I always like to look at the line for the first grader. If somebody starts in the first grade, if the family puts in $25 for those next 12 years, that'll be $300 that the family puts in. But the credit union will end up putting in another $425 because we're matching and because of the bonuses. And then the dividends will add up to $300. So $300 from the family turns into $1,000 at age 18. And even if you're starting, in the 9th grade, 4 years, if you put in $100, $25 a year, you'll still end up with $346 by the age of 18. So that's not too bad to triple your money in 4 years. So we're just enthusiastic about the program, the entire Spartan Promise, everything that you're hearing tonight. And this is a great way to start building savings. And again, it's free, and the family is not required to do anything. You don't need to open another account with the credit union. You're of course welcome to, but there's no other requirement. This is really for the children and their savings. So thank you very much. Nope, thanks for that slide, Peter. For follow-up questions, it's best to reach my colleague Daisy. There's her information. And again, look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much, John. So the East Side Alliance, through the work of the East Side Education Foundation and also the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, is the only system that offers both the promise that you heard, the Spartan East Side Promise, and the college savings account opportunity that combines them both. And the next thing I'm going to share with you is a third item specifically for those of you who will be considering going through the summer program, and that's our scholarship program. And I want to share some information with you pertaining to that. So the Spartan East Side Promise is the pathway to get you to university, one of the best in the country. The college savings account, which Excite Credit Union is providing, which John just shared, affords you the opportunity to start saving some money. And here's what we found out, and this is from the research, that if a family saves as little as $500, the student is 4 times more likely to graduate from college, not just enroll, but to actually graduate, because it sends a message that a college is really important. Here's what you need to do to be eligible for the scholarships. So you need to be obviously a graduate of the Eastside Union High School District and entering San Jose State University. You must attend the Spartan Eastside Promise summer program. So that's the one that Amanda, Lori, and Ben shared with you. And you get extra credit if you're a first generation college student in the scoring mechanism. We're going to be awarding at least 10 $1,500 scholarships this year to the students who will apply. And then, you know, depending on the criteria, there's an application process. We're going to be awarding at least 10 for the entering first year students, with an additional set of scholarships going to San Jose State Eastside graduates who will be in their second, third, and fourth year at San Jose State. So information will be coming out, and they will be coming out to your San Jose State accounts, by the way. We go through Amanda on that, and that information will be sent to your accounts at San Jose State. So we want you to be aware of that, because that will be coming. The other program I want to share with you, you'll see on the bottom, is participation in the Elevate Math program. Right there on the bottom, that's the Silicon Valley Education Foundation has a program in the summer for those students who may need some additional help in math. And this is especially important for students who are in middle school and younger, because we want you to be at grade level by the end of 8th grade. If you received an invitation from your district to participate in the Silicon Valley Education Foundation Elevate Math program, please participate in that program. And that goes all the way from 3rd grade all the way through high school. It's intended to get students up at grade level so that you'll be able to meet those academic requirements that Amanda shared with you when she was sharing the A to G requirements, especially and most importantly, those important math criteria. So these are the guidelines. You'll be receiving some information during the summer. So once we get the list of the students who participated in the Spartan Promise Summer Program, we'll be sending information to you with the application form. It's not a long application, just a couple of pages. And you may be one of those lucky 10 who'll get that $1,500 scholarship. So you've heard 3 things: the Spartan East Side Promise, the college savings account, and the scholarship. If you'd like more information, please feel free to connect with us. There's the information right there that Peter is posting, and we will get back to you and respond to your question and share with you. And you heard from Amanda, Lori, and Ben. They are there to help you as not only as students, but as families with this transition process. The transition from high school to college can be stressful, especially if it's the first time. I know for me, I'm a first generation college Spartan graduate, and it was scary in the first. I wish I would have had a program like this to kind of help with the orientation. Do not hesitate to reach out and ask questions and on anything that you heard this evening. And we wanted to welcome those questions and encourage you to consider the Spartan East Side Promise. And we look forward to seeing many of you this summer for the Spartan Promise Summer Program. Thank you so much for being here with us here this evening. Let's see if there's any questions here. There's information in chat about the scholarships, and the step up savings. Amanda, Lori, and Ben shared some information earlier. You could find that in chat. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
I think you have Lydia MacArthur on.
Do we have the superintendent of Mount Pleasant on? Are you there, Alita?
I'm here.
Yes, she is. Well, let me introduce to everyone the superintendent of Mount Pleasant School District, Alita MacArthur. Thanks for being with us this evening, Alita.
A pleasure.
Great. And Mount Pleasant, of course, is one of the districts of the East Side Alliance. Thank you very much. Peter, any final comments or technical information that we need to share?
No, no questions that I see in the chat that weren't answered already. I think that our San Jose State team and our East Side team got to those during their presentation. So if there's any other questions, we have been leaving a lot of links in the chat. We'll let you know. We did get one question offline about recording. So just a reminder that we are recording this session. So we will share it out as soon as possible, as soon as we can get it uploaded to YouTube and trimmed up a bit. We'll get it out to everyone so you can review this, or if you have any friends or colleagues or other students or relatives who would love to check it out or you think might be interested, you can send the link to them and they can find out more information. But please go to the San Jose State website that has been posted many times to find out more information, and then check out the foundation website for ways that you can support the program and help us send more kids to San Jose State.
And let me end by thanking you, Peter, for all the technical backup support. I'd like to thank Dan Moser, president of the board. I'd like to thank John Hogan from Excite Credit Union, Amanda from San Jose State, Lori and Ben from the Eastside Union High School District. And in the chat room, thank you very much to Daisy Castro, Sylvia Alvarez for doing the translation. And also we have Dung, and I believe also, I want to make sure I didn't leave anyone out that's in the chat room too. So,
oh, well, Daisy, we had Eric from
Eric, thank you very much.
Well.
Thank you so much. Other Salud and Sylvia, thank you for being with us here this evening. And Dan, any final comments?
No, it was great listening for our Spanish speaker and got to answer a couple questions there. Great questions. So looking forward to the tape.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much.